Hey everyone, it's John Thomas doing one of his interviews. It's been a while since I've done one of these, and I'm at an open mic. It's called the Bar Cathedral, and I'm with a new friend of mine, and her name is Kenny, and she's a singer, and she's performed here last 2 weeks ago, and it's August in the summer. And Kenny, just introduce yourself, and how do you spell your name? You said you're Nigerian. How do you say it
Hello
in?
everyone, my name is actually Kehinde, so I'm Nigerian Yoruba. My name is actually given to like every Yoruba children in our culture. So I have a twin sister, her name is Taiwo, and then my name is Kehinde.
Awesome,
So it's like Kehinde, so that's my name, Kehinde.
So we're at an open mic.
Yeah.
How long have you been performing now?
How long I've been performing? I started actually performing in university. I realized that like I don't like school.
How old are you?
I'm 22 years old actually.
Okay. Awesome.
I think when I was 19 years old, that's when I actually started performing at open mics. I've always sang my whole life, so like I grew up like singing at church choir. I also sang in school occasionally, but I pretty much grew up singing in church, and I would sing in school occasionally because I was in my school's performing arts program in high school. And then when I was 19, that's when I started singing again, because I stopped singing for a while. I mean, I always sang, but publicly I stopped singing. But then when I was 19 and in university, and I was like, okay, I want to start doing something I actually love doing, because school was super draining.
Yes,
I had a roommate
yes.
who was like, you have a beautiful voice, why don't you sing at this open mic?
Yes.
And then just going to open mic started to
Okay,
become
so
like an outlet.
if that's
Yeah.
the case, then how many years have you been doing the open mic scene?
Oh,
then? How would you say?
so 2018.
Oh, that's awesome. That's 3 years.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah,
Thank
God
you.
bless you. Yeah.
Thank
So
you.
I've heard you. You've got a beautiful voice.
Thank you.
So you must have some goals. Like
Okay.
what do you think your plans are? What are your hopes or your dreams? This is an interview, so
My goal is funny because I was discussing it. So I was saying I want to use my music as a way to heal, because I feel like sound can really be healing. You know, it's like I was talking about how sometimes you listen to a song and it makes you want to cry, and it's like almost like that sound helps you release whatever hurt was in your heart. You know what I mean? Or when you go by the water and you listen to the ocean, you listen to the waves and how it relaxes you. And it's like I want my music to have the same effect on people. So whatever you might need at that moment, I want people to be able to find something that from music that can help them in whatever season of their life that they're in, whether there's like a message in my music that they needed to hear, or if they just needed to like be relaxed and calm down. I would want them to like, you know, listen to my music and just help uplift people, and you know, yeah.
God bless you. God bless you.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like I don't know what else to ask you. So come on, try and get with it. So you've probably written songs by now.
Yeah.
Okay. So have you uploaded to Spotify yet? It's like
Yes,
you might be online for all I know.
Yes. So I actually do have 2 songs on Spotify.
Okay, that's awesome.
It's funny. As soon as I have 2 songs out on Spotify, the first one is "What's Your Intention."
Okay, how do they find you? They can. So what are they gonna do?
So
They're
how you
gonna-
can find me is, so my Instagram is queenk.og88. So that's KUEENK.OG88. And then I'm also on. Oh my goodness, that's kind of loud. I'm also on.
It's the bar scene here down by the Esplanade. In case anyone's wondering about the background noise. It's late at night and the boys. Anyways, go and my dear, you go
And
ahead.
then I'm also on SoundCloud.
Awesome.
My music on SoundCloud are covers. So I have 2 songs out on SoundCloud. Those songs are not mine. Those are covers that I did.
That's
But then
awesome.
the songs that I have on like Spotify or Apple Music are songs that I actually wrote. And
God bless you. So you're a
Thank you.
published songwriter.
Thank
So
you.
we're gonna put all this in the description.
Awesome.
You'll help you with that later to
All
make
right,
sure.
cool.
And that's awesome. So okay, so so you told me you've been to New York.
Yeah.
You actually lived in New York.
I kind of grew up.
Yeah.
I spent half of my life in New
Yeah.
York. I feel, yeah.
Yeah, actually, how long were you in New York for? That's a number of years now, actually.
Yeah.
eh?
So I moved to New York when I was 8 years old.
Yep.
And then I left New York when I was 17. went back. No, yes, I left New York when I was 17. Came to Toronto. Left Toronto when I was 19, and then I moved back to Toronto right before COVID hit. So.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you've seen both music scenes. Obviously, you're in the Toronto music scene now.
Yeah.
You're here and
Yeah.
there. But you've also lived in New York. How does it compare? Like, I know it's going to be different. It's going to be
course,
a bigger
yeah.
stage. What's New York
I
like?
think I made the analogy that like Toronto feels to me like if California and New York had a baby, it would be Toronto, because I feel like, you know, New York has that kind of like intense, like go-getter energy, but then California is a little bit more relaxed. Like the people talk slower, you know, they have access to like the beaches and all of that. You know, the weather is nicer, so you're in a happier mood. And I feel like here, the reason why I say it's a combination of both is because since there's less people here compared to New York, and you know, the streets are wider, and you know, there's a lot less violence here. I just feel like it's a combination of New York meets California. I mean, I'm not saying Toronto is perfect, because I know there's, you know, nowhere in the world is perfect, obviously.
No, that's true. So, so you're a musician. Do you think maybe one day you want to move back to New York? Because New York is a bigger music scene, obviously. It's probably one of the bigger
feel like as
in
of
the
right
world.
now, I feel like, well, I have family that lives in New York, so if I ever wanted to go to New York and be there for months at a time, I could do that, but I don't think I would necessarily want to.
Are you happy in Toronto, like doing your thing right now?
I am happy in Toronto, but I feel like my soul doesn't belong to anywhere. Like I feel like I just want to like fly.
It's a big world.
Yeah, and I just like honestly, like if I could, like I would love to just. I'm like waiting for like the restrictions to, you know,
hopefully
loosen up.
slowly.
But it's like I feel like I'm a citizen of the world, and I just want to go anywhere and just experience wherever I can.
Well, that's a great spirit, and of course,
you.
and being young, that's the great spirit to have. You know,
so much.
because that's, you know, youth is, you know, I'm with the youth because that's you keep us going, right?
Thank you.
And one day you'll be supporting me when I'm, you know, with the oxygen line and all that. So, do you have like any? What are some like immediate goals, and maybe then maybe long-term goals? So for this year, and then maybe long-term, musically or maybe life. It could be anything. This is your show.
My immediate goal is I want to get better at singing, like live singing, because obviously we had a lockdown, you know, so so the last time I actually performed before last week when I performed. Well, no, 2 weeks ago when I performed was the first time I ever performed. No, not the first time I ever performed, but the first time I performed since early 2020.
Oh, it's a long time.
So it was a really long time.
Like a lot of people. That's
so it's like I want to get back used to singing in front of people. So I feel like that's my immediate goal. So that right now that's my goal, is just to get more comfortable in speaking in front of people, singing in front of people, and just like learning what I like, how I like to sound, and what my aesthetic is. Yeah. And then I guess my long-term goal is to like create like an EP, an album, and just connect with like-minded like people who like, I don't know, we can understand each other through music and just create beautiful high vibrational music for people. So I would say that's my long-term goal, and then my short-term goal is just to get better at singing live and just to improve my voice. Yeah.
Okay, Kenny, I'm going to say God bless you.
Thank you so much.
And I'm going to wrap this up, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much, you too.
And we'll put, like I said before, we'll put a few descriptions in with Kenny. And I want to say your name,
Kehinde.
Kehinde.
Yeah.
She says it better. Anyways. And you have a blessed night.
Thank you so
much. And you'll see yourself online
you.
soon. God bless you. Eh?